Hey everyone, Mike the Psycat here. So I just recently bought this game about a few weeks ago on the Switch, and while playing through it, I noticed that there seemed to be several blue orbs that we had missed during our main Let's Play, so I decided that I would go ahead and record this guide video to show where all of the blue orb fragments are. That includes the ones that you get from doing secret missions, although I won't be giving too much information on secret missions, because Mark had already made a secret mission guide. In fact, this is more of like a companion guide to that one. So, another thing is that this has all been recorded on easy because, well, I just wanted to show the locations of the blue orb fragments, and I had to start a new game for that, and I was like, screw it. And, one more thing is that I don't buy any blue orbs in the shop until after I've already cleared out everything, and until after I've already gotten all the blue orb fragments. And on top of that, I get every blue orb fragment like the minute it's available, as soon as it becomes available in the missions. So what my health bar is representative of what it will be at that point if you've just been collecting blue orb fragments throughout the game. With that, let's move on to our first set of blue orb fragments. So we find our first cluster of blue orb fragments here in Chapter 3. One is just right above where the entrance to Secret Mission 1 is. Speaking of Secret Mission 1, Secret Mission 1. Not really much to say here, just kill everything. And because this was recorded on easy mode, it's not very hard. I guess that's why they call it easy. See Mark's video for more details. Yay! And then up here we have a statue called a combat adjunctor, a junkman, whatever. Just hit it a bunch. You'll notice that Virgil is on the right screen there. That's because he and Dante have different attacks and weapons and such. Anyways, moving on to the blue orb fragments in Mission 4, there's really only one. When you come up to this room here, first make sure you take care of all the enemies. Well, you don't have to kill the enemies, but, you know, just to make sure that they don't get in your way and shit. And then you collect these red orbs. This is very important to collect it. No, actually, that has nothing to do with getting the blue orb fragment. I was just messing around. And it's just right up here. You don't need air hike. Wall jumps will work, but air hike does help. And that would be your first full blue orb. Yay! On to Mission 5. In the Endless Inferium, once you have the Soul of Steel, come over here, and you've got another combat adjunctor. This one is for Cerberus if you're playing as Dante, and for Beowulf if you're playing as Virgil. This one's not too particularly hard, though I had a little bit easier time with Virgil than I did with Dante. All the Virgil footage is my own. I did not use any of Mark's Virgil playthrough. Anyways, after that, just stick that in there. Go through the door, and in this room, you have access to Secret Mission number 2. As soon as it comes up on screen. There it goes. Just kill all the enemies without getting hit. That's all you have to do. Nothing special. This is another combat adjunctor, whatever. It's for Agni and Rudra when you're playing as Dante, and the Force Blade if you're playing as Virgil. So basically, dual swords, since Virgil uses Force Blade along with his own Yamato katana. I had a much easier time with Dante, which is why Virgil got a head start. Now to mission 7. As soon as I press start, we have a secret mission, Death from Above. Stay in the air for 20 seconds. So, yeah, I pretty much do the same thing that Mark does here. I end up just jumping on enemies' heads a lot. There's really not much to say. If you're playing freestyle mode on the newly released Switch version, you have a few more options, however. Like, you not only can you use Swordmaster to do a sword combo in the air, but you can also switch over to Gunslinger to do that, like, in-the-air drill-like maneuver with your pistols, with Ebony and Ivory. And that, because he kind of floats when he does that, so that's another thing you can do. You can, like, switch, you can sort of, like, switch between those to stay in the air. A full Devil Trigger gauge and air raid will not give you enough time for the 20 seconds. You'll just barely not have enough. Believe me, I tried. Next up, in the Pitch Black Void, which I always get confused with the Dark Corridor because they look the fucking same, you've got a Blue Orb Fragment over on that ledge there. It takes me a little while to actually grab it because janky platforming mechanics mixed with the fact that I'm dealing with Joy-Con drift because I refuse to spend $70 on a Pro Controller because I am a broke-ass motherfucker. And because I'm stubborn and cheap. One of these days I'll get a Pro Controller, or somebody will give one to me. And then I slip off. If you're doing this with the Virgil, wall jumps and up trick is all I can tell you. Those will work. Got it! Finally, stupid thing. Here's another combat adjunctor. Oh, I had a very hard time with this one with Virgil. I do not like speeding these up because I'd like you to be able to clearly see the moves that I'm using to get the ranks that I'm getting, so that you can be like, oh, okay, those are the moves he's using, so that's, if I do what he does, I can get the rank and whatnot. But I just had such a difficult time with Virgil. I exhausted, like, almost every move he had, and sometimes I could not get the thing to just budge. I could not get the combo meter to budge. I had a somewhat hard time with Dante, but a little bit easier. I think I had a bit more to work with. Another thing with Virgil is I constantly tried using, like, air slashes and whatnot to extend my combo, and sometimes I would just miss, like I would slash too high and whatnot. I would try to get myself caught in a corner so that I could wedge myself there so I wouldn't move past the statue, but even that didn't work. I tried using the rapid slash maneuver. I even tried Judgment Cut, which does affect the combat thingy, but it just, ooh. Maybe if I had Judgment Cut at a higher level and could, like, rapid fire it, it would have worked better. If you're going to do that, do it in the corner so that you can chain it together with your other moves. Anywho, Dante's moving on to Mission 8, where just by... okay, I kind of play a bit of the mission for a little bit. The next Blue Orb Fragment, sorry for that, is up on the pirate ship. Now, you can air hike and sky star your onto there, though I fucked that up. a bit. Look at Virgil still going. Air hike, Sky Star. Bam. On the pirate ship. If you're playing as Virgil himself, you can also use wall jumps to get onto the mast, and from there, walk down to the ship. Anyways, jumping off the ship and breaking that apart will send you to Secret Mission 4. Now, Mark's idea to get past this was to use the rocket launcher if you came back here later. However, what I found is it's best to use Royal Guard and to put your back to this pillar here. Hold your Royal Guard, and when the enemies come at you, they'll attack, and you'll block it, and that charges up the release, which you can then use to wipe out a bunch of enemies. And if it doesn't kill them, it'll probably send them off the lift. Bam. If you're playing as Virgil, who's up on the top there, Circle Swords and Judgment Cut, which that was a level 2 Judgment Cut, works very well. The Circle Swords will keep the enemies from getting too close to you while you charge up the Judgment Cut, and the Judgment Cut just slashes them to pieces. Both of these were recorded on easy, however, so take that into consideration. It may not work on higher difficulties. Anywho, moving on, right after you grab the Ignis Fragment, whatever, and you come into the Leviathan's intestines, well, here you have a full heal green thingy. And then in the next hole, you will find... Come on! I hate this blasted darkness, even when I'm doing post-recording. A combat adjunctor thingy. This one is for Cerberus and for Beowulf if you're playing as Virgil. You might start to notice a trend here. I have a in a reverse of the last one, I have a much easier time with Virgil here than I do with Dante, as you will very soon see. The Virgil's already done, and Dante's like, why won't this damn thing move? Come on. It took Dante so long that, yeah. Now you might be wondering, why didn't I do this in reverse with Virgil? Because Virgil took really, really long. Actually, maybe I should have, maybe I kind of should have done this with Virgil, so you could actually see what I did to win, but I don't feel like changing it now because I'm lazy. Showtime! Onwards to Mission 9. As soon as you enter the subterranean garden, which has that light puzzle, you'll want to make your way over near to where the statue is. And this is a very tricky one to get because of the damn camera angles. You want to kind of double jump and then Sky Star your way into that right there. I made that look way easier than it actually is. If you're playing as Virgil, however, you'll want to wall jump off this wall here, and then turn around, slice, and then trick up to get in the same area. Speaking of Virgil, Virgil only has the option to use the statue in Mission 9, because for Dante, he needs the weapon he gets from the boss of Mission 9. So Dante has to wait till Mission 10 to use this statue, as you will see later in the guide. It's not a very hard one either, so there you go. Wrapping things up, we have Destroyer, break all objects. I find it I find it easiest with Dante, if you're doing this without the rocket launcher, to use Agni and Rudra, because their dash/attack sends you pretty far in and has a pretty wide slash. They have a pretty wide slashing range in general. If you're playing as Virgil up there, the rapid slash attack is probably your best bet, as it sends you forward, especially at level 2. It really sends you flying, and it cuts things behind you with a very wide attack radius. Okay, now on to mission 10. It's Dante's turn to take on the statue using Nevin that he just got from mission 9. Nevin is one of the hardest weapons for me to use. It's very difficult. It's not a bad weapon, it's just hard to, well, like I said, hard to use. And because my Swordmaster is only at level 1, I don't have access to some of the tricks that I'll use later. Some of the hardest freaking statues to do are with Nevin. Though if you can get that lightning thingy, you should be good. And another blue orb is complete. Now, moving on from that, if the camera will stop getting in my way, go over here, put the stone mask that you got behind Nevin's room on here to extend the bridgety bridge. And camera angles plus Joy-Con drift is a very great combination. Come up here, grab the thing for the mission, and right behind here is a white tombstone egg thing that'll send you, not tend you, to Flight of the Demons. Now, I had a little bit of trouble with this one, even after extending my magic gauge a little bit. So, I ended up having to kind of salvage it, which you can sort of do. If you get to this point and you've got nothing left, you can sort of salvage it with a Sky Star. Yay. Acid burns. Woo! And bam! Blue Orb Fragment. Playing as Virgil gives you a completely different Flight of the Demon, because he doesn't have air raid. So yeah. What's funny is the guide on the fandom wiki of this game says that you have to use Devil Trigger, but unless playing on easy gives you more time, which I don't think it does, you don't really have to Devil Trigger. But what's really annoying is doing those wall jumps. I have screwed up those jumps so many times, I cannot tell you. And for the life of me, I couldn't tell you how or why I screwed them up, because the camera angle is just not cooperative. On to mission 11. First of all, you want to clear out the enemies in this room. Well, again, you don't have to do that. Grab this Devil Star here, which will be very useful for the controller. Secret Mission 7, Hang 10. Yeah, pretty much the same thing as what Mark did in his guide. Although you can knock down the enemies with like a Stinger style attack and then ride on top of them. So that's another thing you can do. Of course, as soon as you clear the secret mission, jump on down, and I don't know why I was shooting at that guy. Go through this door here, and immediately just right up this wall here, and you can use wall jumps, obviously, is a Blue Orb Fragment hidden by camera. Because that's the best way to hide things when you can't see them. On to the next Blue Orb Fragment, over here in the Temperance Wagon area. First I hop down here to grab a holy water. Just ignore that. Yep. Joop. I did still have to get through the rest of the game after all. Is another combat adjunctor with Agni and Rudra. Of course, with Virgil, he's using the Force Blade, or the Force Edge. Again, more double sword shenanigans. Try to forgive how dark everything is on Dante's side. There was a bit of a recording mishap with that, so, As you can see, Swordmaster really helps with those air combos. And come on, Virgil, you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Got it. Yeah. Mission 13. This has a bunch of secret missions in it. Starting with the spiral staircase here. You'll just examine this red thingy right there. And go into secret mission 8. This is the one where Mark used holy water. I mean, you don't have to use holy water, that just makes things easier. Speaking of which, if you hold down the devil trigger button and then release... If you hold down the devil trigger button, the extra devil trigger gauges will start to charge up if you have any, and if you release, that will give an AoE blast radius attack. So, that's something you can do. Secret mission clear. Give me that fragment. Next up, in this room here, where you have the light puzzle. Now, I think Mark actually did this in a different mission, but pretty much as long as you can make it to the thing that sends you into the secret mission, you can access it. So, Mark accessed it in the mission, I think, after this. I got it here. Of course, I don't know why I showed me doing the whole damn light puzzle. I guess it's just to give better context for where the room is. But yeah, jump up here, examine this. Secret mission 9. Just kill everything with your guns. And bam, you should have it. If you're playing as Virgil, just use the summon swords. It's a little bit more difficult with Virgil because the summon swords have slower speed, but it's not unwinnable. It's not really any special advice I can give for Virgil. Speaking of which, right outside Virgil's room here is the worst combat adjunctor in the game for me. I took so long to get this one with Nevin. In the meantime, Virgil can laugh at Dante now and be like, ha, he's got a super hard one that he needs to speed up on. Haha. Shoing, shoing. Nevin has delayed attacks and whatnot that have you pressing left and right on the control stick while holding down R or R1 or RB, depending. That's like Devil May Cry 2 levels of stuff. Here I go in to look up the combos for Nevin so I can refresh my memory on how to use the weapon. And this ends up taking a while. It might have been a little bit easier if I had upgraded more of Nevin's abilities and had a higher Swordmaster rank, but this was just really difficult. Oh gosh, and because the time thingy is zoomed in, I cannot see how long I've got. I was trying to use that sliding on your knees guitar move in conjunction with other moves, but it just didn't work. Nevin's a very complicated weapon to use. I mean, I don't want to say it's bad just because I'm bad at it. I really hate it when people do that. But yeah, there were some times where I honestly thought, oh, this is gonna be it. This is gonna be it. I'll just get that electric swarm combo, and then I'll follow it up with the Swordmaster level 2 thing of having the guitar swing around me, and I just like couldn't sometimes get it to work. I'm just really bad with this weapon, all things considered. Come on, rock out, rock out, rock out. Get it, 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 get it. This is just as painful for me to watch as it is for you guys. So close. Why is that not working? Why is it not pulling the combo thingy up? I think this is starting to mirror my real life, my actual live reactions, even though this is all post-recording. Yeah! Oh man. Now on to mission 14. We have... Oh, first you want to go and grab the Beowulf weapon. And now you would think that since this is a weapon both brothers have access to, they would both have the same combat adjunctors, right? Well, you'd be wrong. Because why make sense? No, instead, it's Force Edge for Virgil. I don't understand why. Anyways, moving on to the Highway to Hell, or Hell's Highway. This Blue Orb Fragment, I think, is kind of a freebie, because you have to get through this whole area in order to move on anyways. So, yeah. Like, in order to actually complete this mission, you pretty much have to get this upcoming Blue Orb Fragment, which is right past there, so I'm not even sure why I included it in this guide, but hey, there you go. Got it. The Gate Crasher. Okay, so for this one, we're going to be sort of going through the mission as normal as... I honestly think Virgil has an easier time with these guys because his air attack with the Emoto has farther reach. But I think Dante has an easier time with the spiders, so I guess it all evens out. There's a red orb deposit up there if you want. Hit that. The blue orb is coming, I promise. The blue orb fragment is coming. You hit that one time, or you have that thing rotate one time, take out these enemies. You don't actually have to take out the enemies. Go through here. You could grab the blue orb fragment from there in this mission if you didn't get it in the previous mission. Stupid lion enemies that Mark has a hard time with. Quicksilver does help a lot. Especially with getting through that. Doop, doop, doop. Grab the Orchakam Fragment. Kill these guys. In speed up form, it looks like I'm firing machine guns rather than pistols, especially in gunslinger mode. My gosh. Gunslinger style. Hit this. Once. Rotate the tower. Go through here. Swordmaster style. Throw the sword at them. Kill these spiders. Get the Orchakam Fragment. This actually looks pretty entertaining in fast forward mode, I'm not gonna lie. Devil Trigger breaks you out of their web. Oh, did I mess up here? Oh, I messed up here. I forgot to hit the thing. I was like, wait a minute. Whoops. So, kill these guys again. Rotate the tower once. Come out here. This area should look familiar. I just grabbed all these red orbs because. Go through here. Kill these guys. Orchakam Fragment. Rotate the tower one more time. Now, for ending the mission, you have to rotate the tower again twice for that one. But if you rotate it one more time, you'll come into this hallway here from the start of Mission 11 and the end of Mission 10. Find this hallway. I double back to read this. Path leads to the human world. And back to speeding up. Just go down these stairs. Through that door. And while I waste time fighting that guy, you want to drop down here and grab the Blue Orb Fragment. Yay! Mission 16, win or lose. So, we're up here at the place where you get the Golden Sun. Insert Golden Sun joke here. After I smash this, for Dante, it's best just to get up on top of it and keep whacking it as it swings around. And go into Mission 10, the Guiding Light. And I immediately exited it. As Mark said in his guide, this is completely random. So you'll always get a different puzzle every time. However, it is the only one in Mark's guide that didn't drop a blue orb fragment, but instead dropped red orbs instead, which means that he'd done the mission before. And I asked him about that, and he's like, no. It's like, somebody's lying. Because that blue orb fragment right there tells me all I need to know. On to Mission 17, Inner Demons. Confront your shadow. First, I don't know why I go for this deposit right here, but I do. I should have cut this out, but I didn't. Oh, actually, it's because I'm testing out my new moves. Because this upcoming combat adjunctor was one that we could not do in the Let's Play. We tried so hard and failed miserably. But now I have video footage of me actually doing it, so I can rub it in Mark's face. Haha. But I'm better. Not really. And of course, as you can see, on the right-hand side there, Virgil has to do this with the Force Edge. I don't know why they replaced the Beowulf ones with Force Edge ones for Virgil, because he has the Beowulf. Might as well just make it the same thing, as far as I'm concerned. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Either way, this is a very, very difficult one to do. And I was only able to do it after maxing out both Swordmaster style and maxing out the Beowulf weapon. So, while Virgil continues to hit that, Dante's going to do some platforming to get up to this first door here. Kill these enemies. Killing is so much fun. Go through this door here. And around the tower. And sitting right on this elevator lift here is a Blue Orb Fragment. And looks like Virgil finally got finished. So Dante's gonna jump around now in the pitch black void. Until I can finally get up here and go in here for mission 11 on Pins and Needles. Now, when playing as Dante, you have a few different options. You can use Quicksilver to slow down the spikes, like that, if that'll make it easier. But sometimes them going slower isn't always a good thing. If you're playing as Virgil, you can sort of teleport through them using Trick Up. But your timing has to be really impeccable. Dante can sort of dash through them with Trickster, because while he's doing that forward ground dash, I believe he's invincible to everything when he's doing that. But again, timing. Yeah. And Virgil goes down, but thankfully he had a gold orb. Ow. Dante goes down, but he only had a yellow orb. And now you know why I recorded these on easy difficulty, because I was also playing yellow orb mode. That's my terrible secret. Secret mission clear. Mission 18, Invading Hell. Go around to this foot here after the chess game, and Final Ascension. This is the secret mission Mark could not beat in his secret mission guide. But I'm here to tell you that I have bragging rights, because I completed this secret mission and have video footage of it, if Dante will stop running the wrong way on the walls. Speaking of which, that's kind of how I beat this, is by using Trickster to jump towards the wall, run up it, double jump off it after I backflip off it, and Skystar. It really helps. It also helps if I, actually plan what I'm going to do ahead of time, rather than trying to rush through things. This is a long one, folks. Why did I jump off of that? I don't know don't know why I did that. I think it was a bit too jumpy. And back up here. I don't know why I attempted to do that. Get up on the block. The new Dante on the block. You spin me right around, baby. Right around like a block that's spinning. Right round, round, round. Eventually, double jump there, run up the wall, and my finger slipped. That's why the devil trigger happened. And just to rub it in, we're doing this with Virgil as well, who has a much harder time. One thing I will explain about Virgil in regards to wall jumps is that if you press a different direction on the analog stick before hitting the jump button again, you'll wall jump in a different direction. Because the characters kind of jump like old Castlevania characters in that they are committed to that jump arc once you've jumped. So that's how you wall jump in a different direction. And then if you want to turn around midair, you have to quickly press a direction on the control stick and there's a different direction on the control stick and use Yamoto to do your air slashy move in a different direction so that you can trick up in a different direction. By the way, since this is a very long segment, though you could just skip using the timecode provided, but for those of you who stuck around, I'd like to announce that I am going to be doing a FreeStyle mode Let's Play of this game, mostly solo, because Mark was like, oh man, I wish I had waited, I could have played FreeStyle mode. Well, we'll get FreeStyle mode on our channel one way or another. Oh, another thing to explain about platforming is if you use a stinger-esque maneuver off of a ledge, you will long jump. And from there you can wall jump. Virgil's rapid slash attack counts as a stinger-like move. A move that uses the same inputs as stinger. I don't think I'm going to cut any of these flubbed lines out. I think I'm just going to keep them because whatever. It was while playing as Virgil that I noticed the one floating block kind of synchronizes with that second platform that goes in and out, that one right there. So you can sort of line it up to jump off the wall from there and get to that floating block. That first platform that moves in and out sort of moves in and out in sync with the floating block on the ground level. When it's floating to the right, the platform will be coming out. When it's floating to the left, the platform should be going back in. I really thought I might have had it that time. Get up there. This is so much harder with Virgil. He doesn't have a double jump, he doesn't have a sky star, he doesn't have a wall run. What he does have is enough, but it's much harder to utilize. His trick up, which is sort of a weird makeshift double jump, is just not as good. No. But, oh. This is like torture. Oh, this is painful for me to watch. I'm not gonna lie. And here we go with the successful attempt. Wall jumped off there, get on the block, wall jump up. Oh. Well. The mostly successful attempt anyways. Let's try that again. Jump, jump, trick up. And then... rapid slash wall jump. Get there. Wait for the block. Jump off the wall. And now we wait. And now we wait. Do 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 do. Trick up. Walk. I learned some of this from Mario Sunshine. Floodless levels. Ah! Aha! And then the last orb fragment is gotten in the room where you redefeat all the bosses by redefeating all of the bosses in this room. And bada bing, bada boom, bada bang. As for the rest of your 6 blue orbs, you need to buy them in the store at increasing prices. By the way, that's the health bar you'd have if you just got Blue Orb Fragments. Yes, I want to buy more health. More health! Even more health! I grinded a lot and got a lot. So, yeah, 130,000 red orbs to buy them all. Goodbye.